I am sitting at my desk Thursday night, supposed to be working late on this project that has been eating my soul for weeks, when my phone starts buzzing with Instagram notifications. My fiancée Brianna had told me she was having a low-key bachelorette party with her bridesmaids, just dinner, and maybe some wine at her friend Chloe's apartment. Nothing crazy, she said, just the girls having a quiet night before the wedding. 9 days. Brianna's 27. Her dad Raymond was paying for everything. $80,000 for venue, catering, flowers, the works. This was supposed to be our perfect day. The first notification shows a story post from her account, Last Night of Freedom. I clicked it, expecting to see the girls toasting with wine glasses or maybe some silly group photo with face masks or something. Instead, there is Brianna straddling some random guy's lap, at what is very clearly a club, not Chloe's apartment. His hands are on her waist, gripping her like they are about to start grinding right there on the couch. I sat there staring at my phone for a solid minute, like my brain couldn't process what I was seeing. This had to be a mistake, right? Maybe it was an old photo or something. Then more photos rolled in, each one worse than the last. Her grinding on him, both of them looking like they were seconds away from having sex right there in public. Him doing body shots off her stomach while her bridesmaids cheered them on. Like this was totally normal behavior for someone getting married in 9 days. Her letting him lick salt off her chest. The last photo was them making out full tongue. His hand clearly up her dress. Her face in pure ecstasy. The caption, "What happens at Bachelorette stays at Bachelorette lol." Yeah, except when you post it on social media for your 1,200 followers to see, including your fiancé. I screenshot everything. Every single photo, every caption, every timestamp. My hands were shaking, but my mind was crystal clear. Then I did something that would set off the most insane chain of events I have ever experienced in my life. I commented on the last photo. First night of freedom. Actually, wedding's off. Then I changed my relationship status to single, and here is the kicker. I tagged her dad, Raymond. Why her dad? Because Raymond had paid for the entire wedding. And he would specifically told Brianna when we got engaged, "No wild bachelorette party, sweetheart. My business partners and their families will be at this wedding. I have a reputation to maintain in this town." The man owns 3 car dealerships, sits on the Chamber of Commerce, sponsors half the Little League teams in our area. His reputation matters for his business. Within 5 minutes, my phone exploded. Brianna calling. 17 missed calls in a row. Her friends calling. Random numbers I didn't recognize. Text messages flooding in so fast I couldn't read them. I turned the phone off and went home. Next morning, I wake up to someone laying on my doorbell like they are trying to break it. It is 6 a.m. I stumble to the door in my boxers, and there is Brianna's mom, Denise, and she has got Brianna with her. Bri looks absolutely rough. Makeup smeared all down her face. Hair a mess. Still wearing her club dress from last night. Crying hysterically. "How dare you humiliate my daughter like that?" Denise screams the moment I open the door, not even caring that my neighbors can hear everything. She humiliated herself. I just pointed it out. "You had no right to air our private business on social media." Private, she posted it publicly for everyone to see. Brianna tries the waterworks approach, grabbing onto my arm. "Baby, it meant nothing. It was just fun. All brides do this kind of thing. All brides make out with random dudes and post it online. You are totally overreacting. It was just dancing, just having fun with my girls." I pull up the screenshots on my phone and show them the hand up the dress photo. "This is just dancing." Denise actually gasps when she sees it. Even she cannot defend that image. "Delete those right now," Denise demands, snatching for my phone. The wedding is in 9 days. Do you know how many people have already made arrangements? What wedding? That is when Brianna drops the innocent act completely. Her whole demeanor changes. "You already paid for everything. You cannot cancel now. Do you know how this will make me look?" There it is. Not "I am sorry." Not "I made a mistake." Not "I love you, and I will do anything to fix this." Just worried about how she will look to other people. Raymond paid for it, not me. That is his problem now. The deposits are non-refundable, Denise says. And I can see her doing math in her head. All of them. The venue, the caterer, the flowers. You insisted, Daddy handle all the finances, remember? Said I didn't need to worry about any of it. They left after Denise threatened to sue me for emotional damages and breach of promise. Good luck with that. But here is where it gets absolutely insane. 3 hours later, I am eating breakfast. And there is a news van outside my apartment building. Channel 7 News. I am thinking maybe there has been an accident or something. 20 minutes later, my neighbor texts me, "Dude, your ex is on television right now." Apparently, Brianna went straight to the local news station with this sob story about how I publicly shamed her and ruined her life over innocent bachelorette party fun. I turn on the new news and there she is, crying these perfect tears about how I betrayed her trust by weaponizing social media against her. He took what should have been private between us and made it public to hurt me. She tells the reporter, dabbing her eyes with tissues, I was just having harmless fun with my girlfriends. And he turned it into something dirty and shameful. She actually said I was controlling and abusive for not letting her have one night of harmless fun before committing to marriage. The reporter ate it up completely. Asked leading questions like, how did it feel when he tried to shame you publicly? And do you think this kind of social media revenge has gone too far? The segment was titled, Groom's Social Media Revenge Goes Too Far. Yeah, I was the bad guy for calling off my wedding after catching my fiancée with another man's tongue down her throat and his hand up her dress. But the news segment backfired spectacularly. See, Brianna forgot one crucial detail in her victim narrative. The internet exists, and people have memories. Within hours, someone had found her Instagram posts from the night before. She had deleted them as soon as she saw my comment. But screenshots are forever, baby. People started posting them in the comments of the news station's Facebook post, along with brutal commentary. Harmless fun. She was basically dry humping him. Wait. She posted this herself, and he is wrong for responding. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Channel 7 really ran this story without fact-checking. Where is the journalism? This is what passes for news now. But the absolute best part. The guy from the club saw the news segment. His name was Trent, and plot twist, he is married. His wife Sarah saw the broadcast, recognized her husband, and went absolutely nuclear on their joint Facebook account. She posted everything. Screenshots of text conversations, photos, the works. Turns out Brianna had given Trent her number at the club. They had been texting for 2 days straight. She sent him nudes. He sent her dick pics. She told him she was in an open relationship, and her wedding was just for show because her fiancé was rich, and she needed the financial security rich. I am a project manager at a tech company. I do fine, but I am not buying anyone yachts. That is hilarious. Sarah's Facebook post went viral in our town. She included screenshots of Brianna telling Trent, my fiancé is so boring and vanilla. I need a real man who knows how to handle a woman like me. Raymond called me that afternoon. First time we had ever talked one-on-one without Brianna or Denise there. Son, I need to know the truth. Did she really do what those photos show? His voice sounded exhausted, like he had aged 10 years in one day. I sent him everything, all the screenshots, timestamps, the whole story. Long silence on the phone. Then, I am pulling the entire wedding fund. Every penny I can get back. I am taking. The rest of the money I have already spent. That is on her. She can figure out how to pay people back herself. Raymond? You don't have to. Yes, I do. I raised her better than this. Her mother enabled this behavior for too long, but I am done. You are a good man, and she threw you away for some random guy at a club. That is on her. Later that day, Brianna tried a new approach. She showed up at my apartment with her 3 bridesmaids, Chloe, Madison, and Jackie, like some kind of intervention squad. We need to talk about your toxic masculinity. Chloe announces the moment I open the door. My what now? You are punishing Bri for expressing her sexuality. Madison adds, like she is reading from a gender studies textbook, it is 2024. Women are allowed to have fun and explore their desires. She can have all the fun she wants. Just a guilt trip approach. Do you know how many people already bought plane tickets for this wedding? My grandma is flying in from Florida. She is 87 years old. Sounds like a personal problem. You are being selfish, Chloe continues. This is affecting everyone. Not just you two. Should have thought about that before your friend decided to audition replacements at her bachelorette party. Then Brianna goes full psycho. If you don't take me back, I will tell everyone you hit me. Dead silence. Even her friends look shocked. Bri, Madison whispers. You cannot say things like that. Why not? He is ruining my life. I pull out my phone and start recording. Say that again, on camera this time. She storms off, her friends trailing behind her like confused ducklings. But Madison stops in the doorway and whispers. For what it is worth, I told her not to post those photos. We all did. She said you had never see them because you don't check social media at night. The news station did a follow-up segment that evening. This time, they had Sarah, Trent's wife, on as a guest. She brought receipts, printed out text conversations, photos, call logs, everything. This woman has been pursuing my husband for days, Sarah said, holding up page after page of evidence. She told him her relationship was fake and she was looking for a real man. These aren't the actions of someone in a committed relationship. The reporter looked genuinely embarrassed about their earlier coverage. The narrative changed real quick. From controlling groom to cheating bride, caught red-handed. Her Facebook disappeared. She went into full damage control mode, but she wasn't done. Oh no, this woman was just getting started. The next week was absolutely mental. First, she tried to salvage the wedding. Since Daddy had cut off her funding, she created a GoFundMe page. Help me save my dream wedding after public humiliation and emotional abuse. The description was a masterpiece of victim mentality. My controlling ex-fiancé destroyed my reputation over a harmless night out with friends. Now I need help covering wedding costs, so I can still have my special day and show him that strong women don't let toxic men destroy their dreams. She raised $47. Someone donated $2 with the comment for therapy sessions. Then she pivoted to a different strategy. If she couldn't have the wedding, she would take everything else. She started telling people we had a verbal agreement that I would pay her back for all the emotional labor she would put into our relationship over 4 years, supporting me through stressful work periods, cooking dinner sometimes, being my girlfriend. Apparently all of that was worth $50,000 in back pay. When that didn't work, she went after my job. She emailed my boss claiming I was harassing her and creating a hostile work environment that was affecting her mental health. We don't even work together. Never have. Different companies, different buildings, different industries. My boss, Mike, who had seen all the news coverage because our whole town was talking about it, forwarded me her email and said, "You dodged a missile, not a bullet. This woman is unhinged." But the peak insanity came Thursday night. I am at the grocery store just trying to buy some normal human food when my phone rings. It is my apartment complex security, Mr. Johnson. We have detained 2 individuals who were attempting to break into your unit. Can you come back? I race home to find Brianna and some guy I had never seen before in zip-tie handcuffs while 2 security guards stand over them. She told us she was your wife and had lost her key, the guard explains. But when we asked for ID, her license still has her maiden name and a different address. The guy with her was supposedly a locksmith she had hired, except it was just her cousin Derek with a crowbar and some random tools from Home Depot. I left important medication inside. Brianna tells the cops when they arrive. Life-saving medication. She has never taken medication. I tell the officer, never. She will not even take Advil for headaches. My grandmother's ashes are in there. She tries next. Both her grandmothers are alive and probably watching the news coverage right now. He stole my emotional support animal. We have no pets. I am allergic to cats and she hates dogs. The cop taking her statement looked so tired, like this was his 3rd domestic dispute of the day. Madam, you have just given me 3 completely different reasons for breaking into this apartment. Because I am traumatized. I cannot think straight. Derek, meanwhile, threw her completely under the bus. She offered me $500 to help her get her stuff back. Said it was her apartment, and she had been locked out illegally. I didn't know about any of this other drama. The security footage was damning. Clear video of her trying to pick the lock first with some kind of kit she had bought online, then calling Derek with the crowbar when that didn't work. Premeditated attempted breaking and entering. Her mom Denise bailed her out that night and called me screaming about pressing charges against family. Denise, we are not family. Your daughter made sure of that when she was tongue wrestling some random dude. It was a mistake. Haven't you ever made a mistake? Sure. Proposing to her was apparently a huge one. She hung up on me. But remember Sarah, Trent's wife from earlier. She reached out to me through Facebook Messenger. I thought you should know, she wrote. Your ex is still texting my husband, even after everything that has happened, sending him photos, begging him to leave me, saying they were meant to be and their meeting was fate. She sent me screenshots. Brianna was going full stalker mode, sending Trent multiple messages a day. I know you felt the connection too. I am single now. We can be together. Leave your boring wife and let's start our real life together. I am moving to Austin next week. Come with me and we will start fresh. Sarah was building a harassment case and asked if I wanted to combine our evidence for restraining orders. Absolutely. Then Friday arrived, the day before what would have been our wedding. Brianna made one last desperate play. She showed up at my office, in her wedding dress. The $8,000 wedding dress that her daddy had bought, complete with veil and train. I work in a professional office building with a fancy marble lobby and everything. She stood there in full bridal regalia, crying and begging me to remember our love. This is our day. She wailed at the security guards trying to escort her out. We are supposed to be getting married tomorrow, madam. You need to leave the premises. I will not leave without my husband. I am not your husband, I called from the elevator as it closed. Security got it all on camera. Someone in the lobby was filming with their phone too. Within hours, it was on TikTok set to sad violin music. Within hours in 2 days, the comments were absolutely savage. The mascara tears. This is why we don't ignore red flags. Kids bro. Dodged a nuclear warhead. Imagine being Trent watching this unfold. My personal favorite, someone should tell her the wedding was canceled. The wedding day, Saturday, came and went. The wedding day, buddies watching football and eating wings. She had very different plans for that day. She couldn't get any refunds since everything had been booked and paid for by Raymond, but the venue was still technically reserved for the day, so she decided to have her wedding anyway, alone. She did a full photo shoot, walking down the aisle by herself, while guests' empty chairs watched, cutting the cake solo, having a first dance with an invisible groom, while the DJ played our song. The venue staff were so uncomfortable they called Raymond. He showed up still in his golf clothes and absolutely lost his mind. "What are you doing?" he shouted as he walked into the reception hall. "Having my wedding," she replied, posing for photos by the flower arrangements. "I deserve my special day. He stole it from me, but I am taking it back. He stole it. You couldn't keep your tongue in your mouth for 9 days before your wedding. This is my moment of empowerment, Daddy. I am showing everyone that strong women don't let toxic men destroy their dreams. You are embarrassing yourself and our entire family." The photographer, who hadn't been paid up front because Brianna assumed Daddy would handle everything, left halfway through when he realized no one was going to pay him. But not before he posted some of the shots on his Instagram with the caption, "Weirdest gig ever, bride. No groom. Still wanted couples photos. Asked me to Photoshop in a man later. I cannot make this stuff up." Those went viral too. Brianna holding her own hand during the ring exchange. Brianna slow dancing alone in the empty reception hall. Brianna toasting to nobody with a champagne flute. It was tragic and hilarious simultaneously. The court date for the breaking and entering charge was the following Tuesday. She pled down to attempted trespassing and got 100 hours of community service, plus a $2,500 fine. The judge also issued a restraining order keeping her 500 feet away from me and my residence. Her lawyer tried arguing that she was having a mental health crisis brought on by public humiliation and social media shaming. The judge wasn't buying it. Your client attempted to break into someone's home with a crowbar and an accomplice. Mental health struggles don't excuse criminal behavior. She needs professional help, not legal loopholes. Sarah got her restraining order against Brianna too. Turns out she had started doing drive-bys of their house at night, taking photos and posting them on social media with captions like "Soon we will be together." Trent finally came clean to his wife about everything. It wasn't just that one night at the club. They had been hooking up for weeks before the bachelorette party. Once in his car after a gym session, once at a motel off the highway. The motel receipts showed payment with a credit card. Brianna's credit card, the one her daddy paid for. That was the final straw for Raymond. When he saw those charges on the statement while canceling all her cards, he was done. The fallout was spectacular. Raymond and Denise are getting divorced after 31 years of marriage. She blamed him for abandoning their daughter in her time of need. He blamed her for enabling Brianna's narcissistic behavior for decades. "I have been cleaning up her messes since she was 16. He told me when we ran into each other at a coffee shop. Denise always said I was too hard on her, that she just needed unconditional support. Look where that got us. She got fired from her marketing job after the wedding dress office incident and the negative publicity. According to mutual friends, she has been telling everyone that I abused her emotionally and financially, that I manipulated her into the bachelorette party behavior, just so I would have an excuse to leave her." The story changes depending on who she is talking to. "Last week, I got a text from an unknown number. I am sorry for everything. I know you will never forgive me, but I wanted you to know I am in therapy now. I realize I have a lot of issues to work through. I hope you find happiness." I didn't respond, but I forwarded it to my lawyer, just in case she tries to claim I am harassing her or something. Plot twist though, Madison, one of the bridesmaids who had been at my door that day, reached out last week. Not for Brianna, but to apologize for that confrontation. "I felt terrible about ambushing you like that," she said when we met for coffee. I had been questioning my friendship with her for months before all this happened. Turns out Brianna had a pattern. Madison told me that 2 years ago, Brianna had hooked up with Madison's boyfriend while they were still together. Then convinced Madison that she was imagining things when she suspected. "Classic gaslighting," Madison said. "She made me feel crazy for trusting my own instincts. We are not dating or anything, but we have hung out a few times since then. She is actually really cool when she is not enabling toxic behavior." She showed me screenshots from their bridesmaids group chat from the night of the bachelorette party. While Chloe and Jackie were encouraging Brianna to live her best life and get it out of her system, Madison was the only one texting, "Maybe don't post these pics, and are you sure about this?" The local news station did one final segment on the whole saga. A "Where Are They Now" piece for their weekend human interest slot. They interviewed me this time. I kept it simple and dignified. I discovered my fiancée was unfaithful, ended the engagement, and moved forward with my life. Everything that happened after that was her choice. The reporter asked if I had any regrets. "Yeah," I said, not recognizing the red flag sooner. Like when she made out with a stranger at her sister's wedding 2 years ago and called it testing the waters for marriage. Should have ended things then. The reporter's face was priceless. That particular detail didn't make the final cut. As for me, life is genuinely great now. Got a promotion at work. Turns out being that guy who dodged the crazy bride makes you something of a legend in the office. Moved to a better apartment across town with no memories attached. I started rock climbing again. Something Brianna always hated because she said it was too dangerous and selfish. Got a rescue dog, a pit bull mix named Diesel, who is the sweetest thing ever. Brianna claimed she was allergic to dogs. She wasn't. She just didn't want the responsibility. The best part though, running into Raymond at that coffee shop last week. He bought my coffee and said, "You know, I was planning to give you both a house as a wedding gift. 20 acres outside town with a brand new 4-bedroom house. Dodged that bullet too, didn't you?" We actually laughed about it. Turns out he is doing better since the divorce. Denise had been enabling Brianna's behavior for years, and he is finally free to set boundaries. People ask if I think Brianna learned anything from this whole experience. Honestly, probably not. People like that don't learn from consequences. They just find new people to blame and new ways to play the victim. Last I heard through the grapevine, she moved to Austin and is dating some yoga instructor named River, who she met on her second day there. She is already posting about their twin flame connection and how the universe brought them together after her traumatic experience with toxic masculinity. Good luck, River. You are going to need it. The whole experience taught me something important about recognizing manipulation tactics and trusting your instincts. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. Thanks for following this completely insane journey with me. I am going to go live my best life now with my dog, my sanity, and my dignity intact. Oh, and for everyone asking, yes, I kept the engagement ring, sold it, and bought a sick gaming setup. Brianna can die mad about it. Edit. Just found out through Madison that Brianna tried to sue the news station for defamation because their follow-up coverage ruined her reputation. They countersued her for filing a frivolous lawsuit. She now owes them $12,000 in legal fees. You literally cannot make this stuff up.